As some question his mental capacity and age, some Democrats are pushing for challengers to go up against President Biden. Some names like California Governor Gavin Newsom, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and the latest Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. And there's some news there. Politico reporting this week that Democrats in Michigan's congressional delegation have pleaded with Whitmer to run. The lawmakers have themselves been nudged by colleagues from other states to push her. Notably, that roster of congressional Democrats from other states eager for a Whitmer bid included members of the Congressional Black Caucus. Whitmer even getting support from some Michigan Democratic officials saying, I think it's time for Joe to move on. Whitmer would be a great president, as well as that woman from Michigan would be amazing against Trump. So with Biden's approval rating, or disapproval rating, sort of mirroring Trump's, and the polls basically tied between Trump and Biden, should Democrats seriously try to back someone else? And, you know, Kiran Chetry, it is sort of surprising to me that there has been so little of a push by Democrats to say, let's actually get someone real, someone serious. I mean, Robert Kennedy is an interesting character, but he has no chance of actually getting the nomination. That seems to me surprising.
Yeah, and also, I mean, when questioned, what Whitmer said was, well, I'm not ruling it out. I don't know if I necessarily have the stomach for it, but part of it is deference to Joe Biden and
but why?
The incumbent.
But I guess I'm trying to figure out, why is there so much deference?
I think it's just he's a sitting president.
Yes, he is. That's a big deal.
Yes, he's the sitting president. I mean, think back. Would you see anybody coming out and trying to do that?
Well,
President Obama
the different
or W.
Right, but Obama was very popular. And W was popular-ish.
At the very end.
I say popular-ish, but certainly compared to where we are today, I'm going to try and pull up the polls. Go ahead, Scottie. Yeah.
Well, the incumbent should be an easily crowned victor. Right. But I think what the cold water that came in the face of both parties was that when Trump lost was, oh, wait a minute. Even though they might be popular with their base, they can still lose the general election, that second term. And so Democrats right now are going, are we going to be finding ourselves in the same position? I think, from the Republican standpoint, absolutely. The more the merrier. I think every Democrat should get in there. And the reason why this is even a conversation is because Joe Biden's administrations and policies are so lackluster, and he's not following on his campaign promises that made those independents cross over and vote for him. And some of the same mistakes they criticized Trump for, we're finding is happening again in the Biden White House.
Yeah, but I think both sides have that problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting the independents.
But go ahead, John. I mean, you were going to, I assume, because I've listened to you before, and I know that you were going to probably list the various policy accomplishments that are very popular.
I could do that, yeah. But and again, it's going to be Joe Biden is going to this old man with a stutter who's 80 is going to lean back, lower expectations, compare his policies and what he wants to do to what the other guys want to do, and that's always worked out quite well for him. I don't think Gretchen Whitmer wants to buy a one-way ticket to Ted Kennedy Island this year like it's 1980. I don't think that she wants to be the person responsible. And by the way, I'm not a Democrat. I actually think it would be good for Joe Biden to have a debate or two, to have a primary challenger, to instill some confidence in the base and show that he's solid, because we talk about his mental capacity all day. He's fine. He's 80 and has a stutter. We don't talk about Trump in the same tone.
Well, because
I don't know why.
Oh, well, when Trump was in office every day, it was
there's
what
not
blunder
going to
did
be
he
a
do?
serious Democratic challenger, and anyone who did challenge him would be running on the same platform anyway for the same policies.
But there's a difference. It's not about the stutter, right? I mean, Biden is a gaffe machine. He always was, right? He was always, even when he was young.
Yes.
But as anyone gets older, right, those things get worse. And for Biden, it's gotten a lot worse.
Yeah,
he's an old 80.
And Ronald Reagan was the oldest president of all time.
But Reagan wasn't an old 80.
No.
After the assassination attempt in the first
still
term,
wasn't
But there
as
was an
bad.
assassination.
They had to restrain Ronald Reagan's appearances in interviews so much for that 84 election. Look, I mean, if they were really concerned about Biden, they would have an uprising and try to primary him. No one's doing it yet.
But that's my question.
They're all saying they're nervous, but no one wants to do it yet. Because it would be a loser for whichever Democrat who did it.
But would it really? Would it necessarily be? I mean, if a Democrat really had the guts to come out and say, look, this is because of Donald Trump, because
Newsom, who else could beat this president?
Whitmer could. I mean, look, anyone who doesn't have the kind of negative, because you're running against Donald Trump, right? And according to Democrats, running against Donald Trump is running for the future of this country, for the dangerous Donald Trump. And yet Democrats, when it comes to the election, they ignore all that. They say, oh, well, Biden's great. And Kamala Harris, she's awesome. We love her, even though she's really unpopular. That's okay. She's our person. And it's like, wait a sec. You're the same people who told us that Donald Trump is a fundamental threat to democracy.
If they felt they had a better chance of beating Trump than Biden, they would get behind that person. And that could still happen. Don't forget, Donald Trump had 3 primary challengers in the Republican Party at the end of his first term.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.